live on the island, which is what they want to do, but also be able to get off, to be able to go about their lives. And I'm happy to say that we're able to be here today, and emergency vehicles are going to start going across probably in about an hour. They're doing the final run through and final inspections, and then later today the public will be able to access this bridge and be able to get back. So I just ask everyone, be patient as they work through these last little kinks. They got to make sure that some of the emergency can get on. I know Publix is staged and ready to go, and they're going to be bringing their trucks across and reopening their store. I know they boated a bunch of their employees over today, and so they're ready to receive. And then, of course, to have the general public. So just listen as to when that exactly will be. This is not a state road. I think who runs this? The county runs this. So they'll obviously let you know when the all clear. But we wanted it to be done by the end of this week, and actually got it done in the middle of this week. And if you think about waking up Thursday morning and seeing the images of this, and you said, well, the state will be able to get that bridge restored, at least on a temporary basis, in less than 1 week's time, I think most people would have taken the over on that. Just knowing how government is, it takes them a week just to even have a meeting usually about stuff like that. But our view is, we need to respond very quickly. And so we're really fortunate that the FDOT, I want to thank the Secretary, Jared Perdue, for really leaning in on this. I want to thank Kevin Guthrie, our DEM director, for... basically it's like when I say, hey, we got to get this done, there's some people, I don't know, maybe we can. And he's just like, all right, we got to do it. I'm going to figure out a way to do it. And we'll work with the relevant agencies to do it. So we're really excited. I was able to tour Pine Island yesterday on the ground for the first time. You go over these things in a helicopter. It's just not the same as being on the ground. What I saw was, I did see debris. I saw downed power lines, damaged infrastructure, but I also saw people that were incredibly resilient. They're boating in things. They're just, there was no way they were going to be forced to leave this island. This is their home. And so they're really, I think, making use of what they have very effectively. This is going to open up so much. It's going to be so much better. But I have spoken with some of the Kevin Guthrie, also some of the utilities, and just said, we've already airdropped some people on here. Now that this bridge is going, they can start getting some of those power trucks, because you have some areas where you have significant down lines. So we got to work to get that restored. I know they're going to be able to bring more fuel on the island now that you have this bridge, which is great. I know people are running their generators and doing all that, but working on the structural fixes for the electric, I think, is very, very important. So we're going to be able to do that. But I think we have a chance to bounce back a lot quicker than people think. I think there's a great spirit on the island, and I think folks, they just wanted to be able to stay there and be able to go about their lives like they will. You obviously can't do that effectively without this bridge. So we have it, and we're proud to be able to say, they told me, we think we'll do it by Saturday, which would have been great too, but they were just plowing ahead, and they're like, hey, maybe we'll have it done by Thursday. And now it's like, well, it looks like Wednesday afternoon. So hats off, really good work. And usually government will promise and under-deliver. Well, here's an over-delivering, getting it done ahead of schedule. Right. I was also just on Sanibel on the ground for the first time that I've had an opportunity. Obviously, we've been using search and rescue, and I did not want to detract from that. So they're now at a point they've been able to go over the island. So I went, and again, looking at it from the sky, even at close range, you obviously saw damage, don't get me wrong, but to be on the ground there, there's more debris, I think, on Sanibel than any place I've seen thus far in terms of what we've been able to do. Of course, there's a lot of vegetation there generally, so you understand why that would be something that would be the case. Some of the structures, some of these nice homes could withstand, but some of the older ones, there's really, really significant damage. I saw more damage to the power infrastructure on Sanibel than anywhere that I've seen, and maybe even more than Fort Myers Beach. I saw concrete utility poles snapped in half. I saw a lot of places where the lines were totally down. So that's going to require rebuilding that power infrastructure, and the debris removal effort is going to be really, really massive. So the mayor there, I told her, I was like, let us know what you need, but I think we need to get a lot of people on that island who can help with power and help with debris removal. And we need to do that before the causeway is fixed. We do now have has the contract been awarded?
It's been executed.
Okay, so we done on an emergency basis. They did a procurement for a contract to do like we did here at the Sanibel Causeway. Now, that's a little bit more difficult fix because the damage was in multiple locations. Nevertheless, they feel confident that this will be done in October, they think?
By the end of the month.
By the end of the month. So we want to work forward on that. We want to be able to connect. It's important. But while that is happening, we don't want to not continue doing stuff. So I've told Kevin Guthrie, I've told these guys, we want to barge people over, whatever we need to do to get more workers. Now, we got National Guard first responders. They're doing a really good job. They're basically camped out over there, and they'll continue to do it. But to make sure that we have folks working on these power lines, Sanibel is long. People don't appreciate it until you're actually there. And it's like one down line after another. It was really incredible to see up close, and the amount of debris, just an incredible amount of debris. This is the first place I was on the ground for that reminded me of Hurricane Michael in terms of the enormous amount of debris. Well, we've got to get that debris cleaned up. So that's going to be a major, major effort. We're obviously going to be here to support that 100% because we know how important it is. But I'm just happy we're able to get this done. I definitely understood where people were coming from, and we wanted to make sure that they were not isolated or forced to even have to leave the island that they love. And so later today will be great. This is new. This is temporary. And I know the county's going to have people out here to kind of make sure, but just go easy on this thing. This is not like 60 miles an hour because they had to do this very quickly. But I think it's an impressive effort. Okay.